Sudan is willing to agree conditional deal on Ethiopian dam. Sudan will only be willing to strike an interim deal with Ethiopia over its controversial Nile Dam on conditions, including an assurance of further talks, the water minister said today. Downstream Egypt and Sudan have been pushing upstream Ethiopia to ink a binding deal over the filling and operation of its massive dam on the Blue Nile that broke ground in 2011. Given the time constraints, Sudan will accept an interim agreement based on certain conditions, which include signing on all terms that have been already agreed, Water Minister Yasir Abbas told reporters in Khartoum. There should also be guarantees that negotiations will continue and that those talks will be held within a definite time frame. The minister said that three countries had already reached consensus over most technical matters but failed to reach a binding deal. There had been no development in talks since African Union-sponsored negotiations in Kinshasa in April. Addis Ababa, which said it reached its first target of filling the dam last year, has announced it will proceed in July with or without a deal. Egypt, which depends on the Nile for about 97% of its irrigation and drinking water, sees the dam as an existential threat. Sudan hopes the project will regulate annual flooding, but fears its own dams will be harmed without agreement on its operation. Dozens of Sudanese protesters gathered outside the Italian embassy in Khartoum on today to protest the role of Italian contracting giant Salini in the dam's construction. We want to voice our rejection of the company's role, especially as there are not enough studies on the structure's safety, protester Walid Ali told AFP. If Ethiopia goes ahead with the second stage of filling, it will be catastrophic, Ali said. Last week, foreign and water ministers from Egypt and Sudan agreed at a meeting in Khartoum to coordinate efforts to push Ethiopia to seriously negotiate a deal. Last month, AU Chairman Felix and the U.S. envoy for the Horn of Africa, Jeffrey Feltman, had talks with officials from Egypt and Sudan on the long-running dispute. Sudan's relations with Ethiopia have also been hit by a dispute over the use of the Fashaga farmland near their common border.